Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Aries for the month of October, what you guys can expect to manifest, be feeling maybe internally, or what can happen externally. So yeah, let's get to it. October 2nd, there's going to be a new moon solar eclipse in Libra in 10 degrees in your 7th house. So to me, I think, of course, it's going to take on new moon energy. New things will be happening for you guys, whether it's a shift in your shift in your perception towards relationships, or somebody new may be entering your life, or maybe it's just new energy. Something new will be happening. More so, I believe this because it's an eclipse. Okay, eclipses are extremely powerful. The fact that it's happening in 10 degrees tells me that it's either going to be a business partnership. So maybe, for example, it's going to be you guys signing some type of contract regarding business. Maybe it's going to be, I don't know, a lease, some sort. It's going to be something important that you're really going to have to double check. I just feel like there would be something more powerful about this, because when I think of 10 degrees, I think of Capricorn energy. I think of the 10th house. So when I look at your 10th house, I see Pluto, and it's in retrograde, and it's in 29 degrees. So what is being, I want to say two things, like even though it's not a full moon, I almost want to say like, what's being illuminated, because with the sun, I'm getting, because of 29 degrees, this is a Leo degree, and I'm looking at your 5th house, and I'm getting something here about how do you guys stand out when it comes to your career. What are you guys a boss? Are you guys a leader? Are you seen as powerful? Do you want to be seen as any of these things? Do any of these things matter to you guys? I think something like this will be seen for you guys. And I do believe something will be happening that's new regarding those topics. If it's not business, or if it's not some type of contract, if it has nothing to do with how you're seen, in relationships, and I'm going to say this could be potentially a new relationship, how you guys view relationships. Are you guys leaning into that North Node in Aries? And it's not to say that, you know, with the South Node being in your 7th house, that you guys aren't having a good time, but you're probably having some difficulty, right? It's because North Node in your 1st house in Aries is teaching you to be a little more selfish during this time, to be more about yourself. Like, what is it that you guys want out of relationships? But also, not even that. It's more like, what do you need to do for yourself in your life to feel empowered and better in order to attract these type of people, in order to attract similar-minded people, in order to get the type of relationships that you want. Because I'm a firm believer that if you are happy in life, or you are at least doing well, and you're stable in some type of sense, whether it's emotionally or financially, and you're well-grounded, or you at least know who you are, then you can attract the right type of people. I do believe, however, if you think that you are all these things and you're still not attracting them, yeah, I do believe in past lives. So of course I do believe that there can be karmic relationships. So I think what's happening here is you guys will be more determined to focus on yourselves, to heal yourselves. For some of you, with Chiron being in your 1st house, for some of you, this is literally going to be your body. And then for most of you, I think this is going to be about healing something in your life that you feel like you need to do for yourself. And then I think the rest will follow. You'll attract relationships, or better relationships, or, do better in relationships. So yeah, I think something like this will be seen or be happening for you when it comes to that new moon solar eclipse. And then where is Where's Saturn? Saturn's in your 12th house. So yeah, I think with Saturn being in the 12th house, it is in retrograde, but it makes things more serious. It makes you really want to manifest whatever it is you guys may have difficulty doing. So making the invisible visible, okay? So, and it's connecting to your 8th house Scorpio energy. So I think this is more of an internal thing, maybe feeling more powerful. And then definitely for some of you, this is going to be being your own boss, and also being seen as a leader, being seen as a powerful person, and probably also making money, good money. Is that it? Yeah, that's where I want to leave that. What are you doing, Oceana? Hold on. All right, so October 4th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house, and it's trining Saturn in Pisces in retrograde in your 12th house. So again, October 4th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house, and it's trining Saturn in retrograde in Pisces in your 12th house. So to me, these are two psychic placements. I do believe that this is going to be a very intuitive day, a psychic day, but also a feel-good day because of that trine. Also, what I do want to say, because I don't think this is going to be for everybody out there, but there's certain placements that I do believe you have to be careful of when it comes to like with trines. Like, so I feel like the double-edged sword here is with trines. Yes, this energy comes to you very easily. And sometimes it's given to you. Okay, so sometimes this can make somebody very lazy. But at the same time, there can just be also things that happen very easily. So my point to saying this is I would also be careful, because Venus in Scorpio is a very magnetic energy, and the 8th house is very it can be looked at as sex, right? So there's intimacy potentially on this day. So, and the 12th house is the things you cannot see. So what I want to say is there can be easy access going on, whether it's because you feel good, you're, feeling happy, I just want to put that out there to be mindful of that. That's, I feel like most people won't be talking about that, but I just see that as a potential possibility there. October 5th, Mercury in, wait, hold on one second. Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So your 2nd and 7th house. I also see this as potentially for some of you, people investing in you, you guys getting money, or you guys, do I want to say that? Like money coming easily to you guys through other people, through signed contracts, something of that nature. It could connect back to work with Saturn, your career, legacy, something like this, or making your dream come true. But yeah, that's also what I'm seeing here. October 5th, Mercury in Libra in your 7th house is squaring Mars in Cancer in your 4th house. So Mercury in Libra in your 7th house is squaring Mars in Cancer in your 4th house. So I see this as potentially like arguments over contracts. I see this as arguing with the mother, arguing with the family, or just strong female energy, or men who are strongly, I don't know, super sensitive or super emotional. I can also see this like contracts going wrong over property, some type of investment going wrong. So yeah, because the square is friction, it's a holdup, it's a block, and the 7th house is talking about committed relationships, contracts, legal partnerships, and the 4th house is home, where you live, your property. So yeah, there's something going on there that day. I think also to be careful of traveling. I think maybe people maybe, I don't know, like maybe driving too fast because of their emotions being heightened that day. So maybe be careful of that as well. That's definitely a possibility. Where's Aries for you guys? First house, the body. Yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Mercury rules Virgo, 6th house, and Gemini, 3rd house. Conversations. Yeah, I just see this as potentially maybe inner turmoil where you maybe you don't say anything, but you want to say something. So you just keep it inside and you keep it private, but you have a lot of stuff to say. October 8th, Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house is trining Mars in Cancer in your 4th house. So again, October 8th, Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house is trining Mars in your 4th house in Cancer. So trines are easy energy, blessings, something being given to you, or just energy that is, you know, easygoing. So again, I see this as psychic energy, intuitive energy. I see this as possibly investing in something like feeling, I want to say motivated enough to invest in something maybe like connected to the occult or magic, maybe a psychic reading, astrology, something of that sort, I would say. If not that, then I'm just thinking your emotions feel well balanced, and yeah, I also see this as potentially being sex, like emotional, like I want to say like deeply emotional, sensitive sex, or just sex with feelings. I think that's also possible. You could be inspired or like encouraged to open up more easily around this time about your feelings. That's another one. October 8th. So that day, Mercury in Libra in your 7th house is trining Jupiter in Gemini in your 3rd house. So yeah, definitely going back to that Venus trine Mars, because that same day, Mercury and Jupiter are trining each other. So it's like you would want to conversate in a very sweet, harmonious way about what it is you know, or what you feel confident about expressing. So I do feel like you would want to explain to the person you're either intimate with or dating, or maybe this is just somebody you share resources with, or you're just, you know, intimate with. But yeah, I just see something about you guys either feeling good, like mentally, maybe mentally stimulated, and just vibing with another person. It could be you guys vibing with your friends as well. But it's all good energy is what I get. I feel like you would not, for anybody out there who's anxious or anxiety, like I don't see that happening. You would be chill. Like, have you guys ever had one of those days where you notice you have no anxiety, you're not on edge? I don't know, just asking for a friend. But anyway, my point is this would be the reason why. It's like one of these type of days would kind of like chill you out naturally. October 9th, Jupiter goes retrograde in Gemini. So Jupiter going retrograde in Gemini to me gives off like going within energy. It's a very spiritual energy. Jupiter in Gemini has a tendency to be very preachy. It doesn't mean to be, it just, it loves talking about the things it knows, but in Gemini, it goes too fast. So I think once it goes in retrograde, it'll slow down. It'll want to cross its T's. It'll want to, you know, dot its I's. It'll want to really be sure about, you know, the things it's trying to express and teach. And yeah. October 11th, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn in your 10th house. So when Pluto goes direct, I feel like weight will be lifted off of you guys. Like if you guys have been feeling that heavy weight since Pluto went back into Capricorn in retrograde, I think this will take off the weight a little bit. It's still in 29 degrees and it's still in Capricorn, which is still heavy, but it won't be as heavy. So I think once this happens, I think, Oceana, stop. I think 10th house things won't be as difficult for you guys, okay? So what is it that's happening here? I think with Pluto going back into your 10th house, you guys are meant to transform something about the way it is you guys appear when it comes to your career. There's something that's meant to die and be reborn again. And since it's in 29 degrees, I think of Leo energy. I think of 5th house. I think of childhood. I think of where in childhood, like, did you guys learn? So it's in Leo. Because not everybody's 5th house is in Leo. That's why I'm saying that. So with your 5th house being in Leo, you guys should have literally exalted that Leo type of energy as a child, or something close to it at least. What did you guys want to be when you, you know, in your mind, like, grew up? Like, what were you guys thinking of? And how has that changed? I know that sounds kind of stupid, but like, what in your inner world makes you happy? What is it that you truly want to do, and why? I think you're being asked to do something that you guys are passionate about, and you're supposed to transform, like, your thoughts and ideas about the workplace, about your career, and get it to match your inner world. So yeah, I don't know if, like, maybe what it is you guys are doing is really what it is you guys want to be doing. Are you just doing it for appearances, Capricorn energy? Because Capricorn energy traditionally cares how it looks. It cares how it appears, and it cares what it's doing, because it wants to have that legacy. It wants to appear a certain way. But do you guys care? Because Aries energy in general, it's not meant to care, and that's because that's how it manifests. But I feel like with Aries, like, the karmic path of, like, our life is everybody wants us to change. I think there's some people out there who get us and get, like, our soul, and obviously those people don't want us to change because they get us. But most people don't get us because we're Mars, right? So most people want to fight us, or, like, have some type of conflict with us, or they're competing with us because this is just the energy we give off, and it's usually a misunderstanding. So I think that could have something to do with like, along our path, like, we forgot, you know, why we're actually doing what it is we're doing. Like, are we still doing it for ourselves? Because that's how we end up succeeding. I think at some point, like, we catch on that, I don't know, I guess I want to say that we have a lot of haters. So in a sense, it makes sense why it's part of our story, because it motivates us to some degree to work harder to achieve. But at the same time, I feel like we don't really need that, because we can just motivate ourselves. Because I feel like we're not really competing with anybody. I feel like nobody really gets that. Because in our mind, we're really competing with ourselves. Like, we're not envisioning anybody in our mind. Like, correct me if you guys think I'm wrong here, or if you disagree. But I have never at one point in my fucking life ever had anybody in my mind that was like, you know, like, I was thinking of what they had or what they owned, and like thinking, like, I can't stand that person and they have this shit. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work harder. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that, like, I haven't seen or acknowledged these things that people I'm not a fan of have had and I don't have. But at no point in the time of times has that thought lingered or stayed with me long enough to motivate me. But I feel like we catch on at some point in our life that somehow we do this to other people. Like, people allow us, because it's, you know, it's about willpower and self-control, right? People allow us to motivate them to do better in their life. Now, whether they're consciously aware of this or not is up to them. I don't care. But that's low-key what's happening. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, they may hate us or whatever, or, you know, talk shit. But at the end of the day, we motivated them to do something based off of their anger, Mars. So, I think that once we realize something like that is going on, we kind of may get annoyed and frustrated realizing that people don't want us to succeed, and that may motivate us to succeed. But we shouldn't use that, in a sense. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling and this isn't making sense, but I think it does. I'm just going to be real. I think it does. And yeah, just make sure that whatever you're doing is from the heart, Leo energy, passion, and it's what drives you, Aries, the self, and not other people. Because honestly, it's like other people are too busy worried about what we're doing, and we have to just worry about ourselves. And I think that's honestly what we do, because we need to, because nobody else is usually helping us, right? So yeah. Anyway, so the point here is we have to actually make something happen with this 10th house. We're trying to make a dream come true. For some of us, it's going to be our legacy, how we're seen. Some of us actually want to manifest whatever it is that's been going on in our mind for our career, our dreams, whatever those things are, whatever they look like to you, and making it a reality. I think for some of you, it's going to be very different, and it's going to be very creative because it's coming from that 12th house, Pisces energy. It's going to be very dreamy. October 13th, Mercury enters Scorpio. Okay, so Mercury is leaving your 7th house and is going into your 8th. So I want to say to you right away, the first thing I'm thinking of is I feel like the dead would be speaking to you. I can't help but go there because it's the 8th house, and when Mercury's there, this is conversations. It's your thoughts, it's your communication style. So yes, you guys may be talking about the occult, magic, manifestation, esoteric, astrology, tarot, things of this nature. But I think also you guys may be hearing things. If you don't feel like you're hearing things, I really just believe you're going to be experiencing some type of paranormal experience. I do, at some point, because I just do. You may get some type of, you know what I'm getting to? Like, you guys may want to get like, I don't know, I want to say like a reading or messages regarding your career, regarding like what it is you should be doing, for some of you out there, or like divine guidance on how to make it a reality. Because I think that's also another issue for some of us Aries, is because we square Capricorn. So when like Mars squares Capricorn, there's difficulty sometimes with the achievement. It takes much longer. Because usually we want it right now, but that's not part of our journey. What else? You guys may be talking, oh, definitely, about investments, money, investments into either your business or how you guys can get people to invest into you. Oh, private conversations with people you're intimate with, conversations with people, about sex, well, intimate, yeah. Secrets, conversations about Jupiter 9th house. Conversations with friends about things that are going on secretly, either at work or about your body, your health. Venus, your second house. You guys may be opening up about things you've been experiencing with your wallet, your money, the things you own. Again, you may be opening up about relationships or business partnerships. Yeah. Okay. October 14th, Sun in Libra in your 7th house is squaring Mars in Cancer in your 4th house. So again, October 14th, Sun in Libra in your 7th house is squaring Mars in Cancer in your 4th house. So I look at this as just not a good field day. Wow. I don't know if anybody just heard what I said. I look at this as not feeling good. Okay, I can't talk. I gotta go to bed. I don't think you're going to be feeling happy. I look at this as literally either emotional conflict, which limits your, either your self-expression with happiness or in relationships, or literally your physical vitality. That's also how I look at this. Because the sun is like, I want to say like your health. So when you're feeling good, you're getting like that vitamin D. But then Mars squaring this creates some type of like conflict out of nowhere. And honestly, you guys could be making yourself sick because of emotions. Or it just could be some type of argument. It could be an argument as well with somebody you guys are dating, somebody you're seeing. Mars rules Aries, 1st house, also rules Scorpio. So yeah, sorry. This could be, hold on. I feel like also what I'm getting is something like intuitive, like you would be able to see something very clearly, and this also may cause conflict for you, emotional conflict. The sun rules Leo, 5th house, romance. Mars rules. Yeah, so I'm going to stick with what I said. And I think for some of you where this would be some type of creative business where like you guys would be putting yourselves out there for people to see you, where people would be seeing you, I'm sorry, for some type of craft you're doing. I think like on this day, you just wouldn't feel up to doing anything. You would not feel passionate. You would not want to create. You would have difficulty doing this. October 15th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house, trining Neptune in retrograde and Pisces in your 12th house. So again, on October 15th, we have Venus in Scorpio in your 8th house. It's trining Neptune in retrograde and Pisces in your 12th house. So kind of similar to before, except, so let me say that again. So these two watery houses, these are psychic placements, the 8th and the 12th. So the first thing I want to say to you is I do believe because it's a trine, it will be another feel-good energy. You may be feeling good because you're either daydreaming. You may be feeling good because you may be having some type of like, I almost want to say like spiritual sex or like some type of spiritual connection, or you guys are doing just spiritual psychic things, or anything like non-tangible. So astrology readings, psychic readings, you may be doing things like that, or you're just chilling out that day, you're daydreaming. Or this could be something where like you're escaping, you know, you're literally drinking or you're doing something that makes you intoxicated. I think that's also possible as well. I'm also, you know what I'm also getting now? I don't think I've said this, but now I'm getting it. The past with Neptune and Pisces and Venus and Scorpio. This day, what day is this again? October 15th, something from the past. You could just be in tune with this, or this could like something nice could be happening regarding the past. October 17th, Venus enters Sagittarius. So Venus is leaving your 8th house and is leaving your 9th house. So I want to say for some of you, you'll be spending money on traveling. You'll be spending money on, some of you will be investing money into going back to school. Some of you will be spending money on, you know, spiritual things, some type of belief system. And traveling, I already said. So yeah, and also during this time, you guys are going to be feeling Venus and Sagittarius like things, which is, you know, loving conversations about preachy things, talking about traveling, talking about, you know, the wonder of the world, the universe, spirituality, a belief system, and really just loving your freedom, being freedom oriented for sure, and learning about things like this. October 17th, so later that day, there's a full moon in Aries. Okay, and it's going to be in 24 degrees. So I think with the full moon, there will be something illuminated when it comes to your first house, the body, as well as Aries energy. So I don't always think that just because it's a full moon, something's always going to be illuminated. However, with this full moon, I do think something's going to be illuminated. I think you're going to be more in touch with your body, number one. But also I think something's going to be illuminated when it comes to your dreams and your emotions and how you feel, and what it is you have to let go of. And what does this connect to when it comes to either, for some of you, this is going to be the mother, this is going to be home, it's going to be property, it's going to be your emotions, like what you guys either have to disconnect from in order to achieve, in order to accomplish, in order for your well-being, your physical well-being. So yeah, what is going to be illuminated? I do believe it has something to do with this new moon solar eclipse that was happening in the beginning of the month in 10 degrees in Libra in your 7th house. Why? Because it's in the same axis as the Libra South Node and Aries North Node. I also believe that it may be very close to Chiron, if I'm not mistaken. So I do believe what's going to be illuminated is how, like, relationships may physically affect you guys, or past relationships may be affecting you guys, and how you guys have to really step into that Pisces energy, I want to say. Pisces energy is all about true forgiveness, like really forgiving other people and letting the past go in order to free yourself. So I do think something is going on around this time. Because when I look at Cancer too, Cancer is all about the past. So maybe there's some inner turmoil you guys are repeating that you saw happened at home from the mother. And you guys are doing the same thing to yourselves. Okay. October 21st, Mercury in Scorpio is trining Saturn in retrograde in Pisces. Okay, so October 21st, Mercury in Scorpio is in your 8th house, and it's trining it's trining Saturn in retrograde in Pisces in your 12th house. So these are deep, serious conversations, either conversations about conversations that are either about how you feel, maybe conversations exactly about whatever is illuminated, maybe conversations about your emotions or conflicts that need to be forgiven. That's another one as well. These could be conversations about work that maybe you guys are keeping private when it comes to this Pluto energy in 29 degrees. I definitely could see that being a thing as well, because Mercury rules Virgo, your 6th house, and this talks about work, right? And then also with Mercury ruling Gemini, this is your 3rd house. You guys have Jupiter right now there with retrograde. And Venus is in Sagittarius, where Jupiter normally I'm sorry, Jupiter traditionally rules Sagittarius in that 9th house. So this is talking about expansion, except this is expansion on your words, expansion on what it is you're learning at this time. And I feel like this would probably connect back to what it is you're learning is helping you guys come into your power, or take on some type of leadership role, or is helping you guys transform how you guys feel about your career, or just helping you transform maybe the men you guys bring into your life, like powerful people, transformative people, but more so I think you guys are just meeting the right people at the right time in order to teach you how to get you there, okay? So I think maybe you're having conversations with these people, whoever, maybe the people who could potentially be investing in you, or maybe the people where there's signed contracts with, or potential business partnerships. There could definitely be something like this going on. And these people maybe, I would say, definitely say, do not live close to you. And if this is people, if you're having deep conversations with people you're intimate with, I would say these people don't live close to you. But yeah, but I feel like these people would be like friends, or you would be talking to them like a friend. I think of this transit as well as like transforming your mind in order to make a dream a reality. October 22nd, Sun in Libra in your 7th house is squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your 10th. So again, October 22nd, we have Sun in Libra in your 7th house, squaring Pluto in Capricorn in your 10th. So I don't like this energy. This is, I'm going to say it's probably for some of you business partnerships, like feeling like you can't express yourself the way you want to, or you're feeling like you're not being seen in the way you want to be, or you cannot be visible around this time frame for some reason. It's like Pluto is keeping a shadow over the sun, you know, like you cannot be seen for some reason. Yeah, I feel like what I'm picking up on is like, I think you're going to be disappointed around October 22nd. I feel like you guys, for some of you, maybe there's breakups that are happening. Like you guys cannot, it's like you may see something either about your relationship, or it's like, So when Pluto squares something, I always think of power trips, trying to control someone, trying to manipulate someone in order to have the upper hand. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing basically trying to control you in order to, just in order to take away your confidence, in order to take away your happiness, in order to make you sad. I feel like that's what's happening here for some of you. I don't think all of you. So when Pluto is in Capricorn in the 10th house, I also think of this as either men at like who have authority, or at least who act like they have authority, or who you allow to have authority. So yeah, and also I just think of Capricorn. This is masculine energy. So I do think, especially with 29 degrees, Leo energy, the sun, it's literally masculine energy. So yeah. October 22nd, the sun enters Scorpio in your 8th house. So what I like about this energy is whatever does happen with the sun squaring Pluto, whatever that is about, you're going to be able to see through it, because I bet you it's the sun will be in 29 degrees or close to 29 degrees, which is karmic, for it to go into Scorpio the next day. So when Sun is in Scorpio, you can see through people's shadows, more so when it's in the 8th house. So I think you'll be able to see through people's bullshit. So if somebody's like setting you up or just, you know, trying to control you through Leo energy and act, I think you'll be able to see it. So yeah. What else do I think? In general, when the sun enters your 8th house, I think you'll be able to see through people, especially their words. You'll be able to see through their words 1000%. And like I said before, you'll be able to see through romance. And this is also a stage. So yes, you'll be able to see through people's performances and bullshit. Yeah, definitely. October 24th, Mars in Cancer in your 4th house is sextiling Uranus in Taurus in retrograde in your 2nd. So again, October 24th, Mars in Cancer is sextiling Uranus in Taurus in your 2nd house in retrograde. So a sextile takes work, it takes action in order for this to manifest. So I do believe... first thing I want to say is with Uranus and Mars, just be careful on this day not to move so quickly, just because I feel like this is an accident-prone day. I do believe because it's a sextile, it's a positive energy, so I doubt really anything like that would happen. But I just want to put it out there that I do think it's a possibility. So yeah, Uranus, I think you'll feel like a spark of inspiration out of nowhere. Like maybe it'll be intuitive hits from spirit, download from spirit. Maybe it'll be your friends. There will be something that's happening, maybe an increase in your wallet, and it'll make you feel like you can achieve something. So maybe... something will happen when it comes to your group of friends that will make you want to work harder. Like it will like emotionally fulfill you. Like maybe friends or the internet, social networking will emotionally fulfill you enough to motivate you to act on increasing your wallet, or to achieve maybe making money off of things that you guys value, things that mean something to you. I'm just seeing basically acting based off of action. Wait, hold on. Okay, you know what I'm getting? You guys may see something on the internet that may motivate you, and I feel like it would have something to do with money or just something you value. That would motivate you to act. It would like heighten your emotions, to increase your wallet, or, you know, just to go after something. That's what I'm getting. But I'm definitely picking up on you guys seeing something on the internet for sure, and physically acting, whether it's making a phone call, but you're doing something. Okay. October 28th, Mars in Cancer in your 4th house is trining Neptune in Pisces in retrograde in your 12th. I love this energy. So again, October 28th, Mars in Cancer in your 4th house, trining Neptune in Pisces in retrograde in the 12th. So feeling inspired by spirit to act on something, motivated by spirit to act on a dream, go towards something. So the 12th and the 4th house are definitely psychic placements. So I do feel like you guys would be divinely guided. You may not even notice it. It could be something as small as, oh, you know what? Instead of making a right, you know, to get to work, I'm going to make a left instead. I don't know, something like that. And then all of a sudden you then meet, you know, somebody by going a different way to work. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, I think that this is being driven to do something. It could be something physical, and it would be a spiritual exercise. I could see that as well. Being driven to go after something that you daydream about, that's for sure. So whatever that is, if it changes day to day, then who knows what it'll be on that day. But I will tell you, it's definitely, I just feel like your body would be very in tune with what, like very in tune with intuition that day, if you don't normally feel that. But I'm sure you guys do, since we're coming from Pisces. Our bodies just feel things. Okay, that same day, Venus in Sagittarius in your 9th house is squaring Saturn in retrograde in Pisces in the 12th. So Venus in Sagittarius is squaring Saturn in retrograde in the 12th house. You know what I'm getting? I'm picking up on something with school, or I feel like it's whatever you guys see or put effort into on the computer that drives you with finances, something like this on the internet. I feel like there's maybe going to come to a halt, or there's just something. So for some of you, it's going to be about romance, and some of you, it's going to be about money. For some of you, with school or investing money into, it's like you guys could be investing money or trying to get money. That's another thing too, for sure. I just see a holdup, or it's like you're not getting it right away with that Saturn retrograde. Wait, Saturn, right? Yeah, with that Saturn retrograde. There would be a delay in time. There you go. That's one. Another thing, Venus square, breakups, definitely breakups or arguments with people that you're in relationships with. This would be based off words. Yeah, power dynamics with Pluto. The reason I'm getting all this is because it's Venus squaring Saturn, right? So I'm going to look at Capricorn energy, and I'm going to look at where Jupiter is. So Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and right now we have Venus there. Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So I feel like the things you guys value in relationships would become an issue if you guys are dating somebody, if you guys are intimate with someone, in some type of committed relationship. And it's squaring Venus, Saturn squaring. So I would look at Capricorn in that 10th house, and we have Pluto in 29 degrees. So, Saturn in Pisces, to me, and in retrograde, it's talking about, so let me slow down. Saturn in retrograde, it's like if Saturn is the father, the strict father that wants to discipline you and in order to teach you the hard life lessons that you need to learn but don't want to learn. Picture him walking away and closing the door. And it's like, what are you going to do when he's not looking? That's what's going on. It's like you're being tested when Saturn's in retrograde. Are you going to keep up? And then when Saturn's in Pisces, there's kind of a youthful energy going on. Pisces is youthful. You're going back into time. So, I'm sorry, going back with time. So, the reason I'm bringing that up is because at 29 degrees, again, to me, even though it's funny because 29 degrees is an old soul energy, right? But it's very karmic in the sense that it is Leo energy. It's royal energy. And if you guys ever interact with 29 degree people, you know what I'm talking about. These people, and this could be you guys, and you guys know what it is I'm talking about. There is this, I could be saying the line wrong, but like rags to riches energy going on. It's like, but you guys have like karma, like you're trying to teach yourselves, your soul is trying to teach you the next energy, but it's like you're not ready for it. So really what's going on is, and it doesn't matter where you have 29 degrees, your 6th house energy. I feel, maybe it's been explained that way. I don't know, but I'm saying it for the first time. I've never explained it that way. So it's like people from past lives have been Leo. They've been very important. Maybe they've been royalty. Maybe they've been rich. They've stood out and they're used to that lifestyle. But in this life, they're still this to some degree, but then it's like they're being robbed of it or taken. Sorry. I'm just thinking of all the people I know personally. And they're dipping into that 6th house energy. And I know all about 6th house energy. I have a stellium here. And, you're a worker. So, Leo energy, it's hard, I feel like. my point, my dragged on point here is that 29 degrees may 29 degrees is hard, and it's going to do what it wants. So there may be, like I said before, tension or conflict with power struggles, with possibly a belief system, and trying to have a conversation about it, trying to be open. But there may be either you guys or another person that has one way of thinking about it, about relationships, or like how relationships should be. So yeah, there's that. October 30th, Mercury in Scorpio in your 8th house is in opposition to Uranus and Taurus in retrograde in your 2nd. So yes, again, this is either going to be about your finances, like conversations with people who are investing in you or with you, or this is literally a deep conversation with somebody you guys are intimate with, about what it is you value in relationships being at odds with what they value. So basically I'm getting somebody that is deep, and then somebody who may be surface level. I'm getting like two opposite energies of what maybe you guys are looking for in relationships, or maybe this is your own inner conflict. And if it's not that, then I'm going to say this is like conversations about money, deep conversations about like what money means to you, being at odds with like what it is you actually have, you know, kind of like a reality check. Or maybe, you know, this could also, I feel like with oppositions, there's inner conflict, but it's also talking about compromise here. So as long as you have that Mercury and Scorpio conversation, which can be deeply psychological, you can bring awareness to yourself about how you can get what it is you want. But usually you don't want to hear the truth, right? Usually most people have difficulty with this. So most people have difficulty with oppositions. I think we all do. So yeah, but that's something to keep in mind, that you can potentially avoid inner conflict, or an argument over money, or an argument over what one values, as long as you just take it slow and really apply that therapist type of energy. Because 8th house, I'm telling you right now, that's a therapist, especially with Mercury right there. That is being able to understand what's really going on. Ooh, shit. October 31st, Mercury in Scorpio is trining Neptune in Pisces. So again, October 31st, we have Mercury in Scorpio in your 8th house, trining Neptune in retrograde in Pisces in your 12th. I look at this as, number one, hearing the dead. If not hearing them, you're hearing them in your sleep. You're definitely having conversations with them one way or another. You're seeing something. Something's going on, something paranormal. You're in touch with your spirit guides. I guarantee it. Keep a journal next to you when you go to sleep. If it's not that, if you don't remember it, it's definitely easygoing conversations, or conversations about your dreams, conversations about psychic stuff, intuition, astrology, magic, tarot readings, things of that nature. I also see this as conversations while being drunk or intoxicated, while escaping, or just deep conversations and feeling really like good. Conversations about dreams, like your actual dream. Wait, I'm saying that wrong still. I mean like the dream, whatever your dream is, not like dreams you're having. So yeah, that's all I got for you. So I hope it resonates. I hope it helps. All right, bye guys.